What if success didn't arrive with flashing headlines, but with a quiet certainty that refused to fade? What if one voice, steady, warm, unmistakable, was enough to fill stadiums, dominate charts, and remind the world why sincerity still matters? Because right now, something remarkable is unfolding, and at the center of it all is Jin. While trends rise and disappear overnight, Jin solo concert Blu-ray, Runseo Jin EP. Tour in Japan, has climbed straight to #1 on Oricon's weekly video chart. Not just for a day, not just as a moment, but as a statement. Oricon didn't just list it quietly either. They highlighted it officially, naming Jin's first solo concert as the top-ranking music DVD and Blu-ray release of the week. And here's where the story becomes even more extraordinary. This release was Blu-ray only. No DVD version, no bundled advantage. Even the digital code, sold out instantly on every platform, was excluded from the chart count. And still, it stood at the top. That's not coincidence. That's devotion. Inside that Blu-ray is the Osaka Kyocera Dome performance, a venue known for its scale, its pressure, its unforgiving size, a place where even legendary acts hesitate. But Jin didn't just step onto that stage, he filled it, every seat, the 8th floor, the very top rows. Even restricted view sections that are often left empty, all sold out. Imagine the sight, tens of thousands of people moving together, lights flowing like waves across the dome, voices rising in perfect unison. Jin at the center, live vocals unwavering, emotions carried clearly from the stage to the furthest seat. People didn't just watch the concert, they felt it again. That's why the Blu-ray didn't just sell well, it dominated. Amazon Japan, Rakuten, Universal Music Japan Store. Every major platform crowned it a bestseller the moment it was released. And this wasn't a one-time miracle. The Runseo Jin tour itself had already rewritten expectations. 18 performances across 9 cities, his first solo fan concert, his first solo world tour. And somehow, it became one of the most successful solo tours ever recorded for an Asian artist. According to Polestar, Jin achieved the highest average box office revenue per city among Asian soloists worldwide. Billboard followed, placing him at the top of their top tour monthly chart, including the highest grossing European tour ever achieved by a Korean solo artist. But numbers alone don't explain what happened next. Global media didn't just praise him, they were stunned. Rolling Stone called the performances powerful. Forbes highlighted his impact beyond charts. Paris Match awarded a perfect 5 out of 5 stars. And when tickets disappeared faster than fans could click, when demand overflowed beyond capacity, Jin did something unforgettable. He came back. Encore Stadium shows in Incheon. Larger stages, deeper emotion. Performances that fans now describe as dreamlike. Moments where time slowed, voices trembled, and the connection felt almost unreal. And while Jin's solo work was quietly rewriting history, something bigger was happening alongside it. In February 2026, BTS ranked first in boy group brand reputation, out of nearly 61 million data points analyzed across media, communication, participation, and community engagement. Their brand reputation index surged more than 24% in just 1 month. The words most closely linked to them? Return, live broadcast, love, a positivity ratio of over 93%. It's almost poetic. While BTS continues to stand at the peak as a group, Jin is proving something rare, that individuality doesn't weaken unity, that a solo journey can strengthen the whole, that presence, honesty, and consistency still matter in an industry chasing speed. In a time when physical albums are called outdated, Jin sells out Blu-rays. In an era obsessed with instant virality, he builds longevity. No shortcuts, no noise, no need to shout, just a voice that stays. A stage that remembers him. And people who keep coming back, not because they're told to, but because they want to. So maybe the real story isn't about charts or rankings. Maybe it's about this. In a world that moves faster every year, what does it mean when someone wins by standing still, singing honestly, and never letting go of the hearts that found him first? Because Jin isn't just topping Oricon. He isn't just breaking tour records. He's showing us what lasting love in music truly looks like.